Hello and welcome to my F1 2016 review, I suppose is what it is. I've had the game for nearly a week now, so I've put quite a lot of time into this game in the week, so I kind of feel I'm a bit better prepared to talk about it than I probably was in the first video I've done about this. So probably as you'd hear from a few other people, I'll just go through some of the changes which I noticed straight away. Mainly with the car handling. It certainly feels a lot more realistic and more simulation than it probably previously was. The car type and the different compounds is amazing as well. It certainly does feel different between all different compounds. Now, I played not too long ago. I did play quite a bit of F1 2015, and you can't really notice that much difference on that game. I personally didn't think, but on this, it certainly does feel different between, say, the super softs and the softs and ultra softs and all that kind of stuff. So in that respect, it's definitely kind of a good change, and it certainly does feel a lot better because of it. I just hope they in next year's version of this, I hope they continue evolving that. But it's definitely gone in the right direction. But for me, that's been the biggest change and the most important one. Going on with the tyres, because I feel this one of the most important bits is the AI seems a lot better with strategies as well. So if, say, one of them has a bit of a bump, they would tend to change their strategy and make it work, which is good. Again, it makes it feel that extra bit more realistic, which is what is definitely needed. But it's definitely, again, step in the right direction. I hope they keep improving. There's a few things with the AI which isn't great, but I hope with a bit of time that it can continue to change. One of the things with the AI, which just to emphasise on what's not great, is you would see the AI attacking each other really wow, and they literally go side by side consistently. When they're racing against you, it doesn't quite feel like that. It seems a bit different. They seem, depending on where you are, they'll either be ridiculously attacking and swoop up on the inside, or they would just be quite defensive and not really attack. There don't seem to be that nice balance between the two. But that's fair enough. Again, compared to last year, it feels like a massive improvement. I just hope that maybe with a patch or something they could change that, because I can't see why that wouldn't be possible. Just add in. Hopefully, maybe I'm being a bit ambitious then, but hopefully. So like usual with all F1 games, it feels you get the same modes. You have career mode, pro career, time trial, multiplayer, and championship season mode, which is the only one I haven't tried on this game. But I will talk about career because it's the bit I've actually nearly finished my first season. So it's actually really well done, the R&D stuff. So you have to, in practice, do a few different things. So you have a track, where you have to practice the track. I've got the proper word is for it, so I do apologise. There's a qualifying pace, and then there is, I believe, a tyre wear check. I've not done that specific one just because it takes 3 laps extra and it gets a bit boring after a while. But the two I've done, so mainly the qualifying, is actually good fun. It's the only downside is it does feel a bit easy, so it puts you on the fastest compound available, and the AI tends to be on the second. So obviously depending on what track they're on, softs or mediums or hards. No, not hards, it won't be hards with it, but you get my point. So they it doesn't feel the most competitive, but it is good. It does work really well with the AI advancing as well, in the sense of for example, in my career, McLaren is now the 3rd best team in performance, which is insane because I believe they're below Haas, if I recall. Maybe a bit wrong then, but they've certainly gone up a bit, which is great, and it certainly makes it feel that extra bit realistic. So in my career, it seems that Alonso seems to be battling the top 4 consistently, rather than at the start he was going for 10th, 11th. But no, definitely well done. It's so good, so well done. But no, yeah, team's improvement is great. That's mainly, I suppose, of career mode I've done. Obviously it goes on for 10 seasons if you choose it to. I don't know how long I'm going to do it for, but we'll see. I'm tempted to drop down and up the difficulty and start with someone like Manor and just see what it's like with that, just to see how good you progress the team. But no, it's definitely I probably should do that. Would be quite a good series. as I just go around there on the outside of Bottas. So, as you can tell, by the way, I'm on Ultimate AI, so they are quite competitive. Whatever multiplayer. So multiplayer is multiplayer. You kind of know what to expect from that. I kind of find that your experience, like all racing games, depends on who you're racing with. So if you've kind of got someone who's going to be smashing up every 5 seconds, your experience is going to be a bit dampened from that. The one big kind of notice I've seen, one big thing I've noticed, is the penalty system seems better than it previously has been. So in previous ones, things like F1 2012 and stuff, the penalties were so ridiculous. You could be kind of comfortably in first, someone just hit you and you get like a penalty for it. This one feels a bit better. It tends to pick up on who's kind of in the wrong better than I've kind of previously noticed. So in that respect, it's great because there's nothing more frustrating than when you're you're doing well and you get penalised for someone hitting you. But definitely a step in the right direction again. I mean, this game as a whole has been great for the series. I can't see why, as I said previously, if they can't keep improving on this. I just hope they don't kind of go back to a previous way they've been doing things, because this does feel great. Just one thing to mention before I end this is the tracks do feel, with the tyre, so well done. So again, on previous ones you could almost like smash through things like this track. So Italy or Canada, you kind of you could destroy in other games, rather than this one does feel there's a more element of skill to it. Things like Baku does feel great, especially because there's so many kind of barriers close by where you could kind of smash your tyre off. Oh yes, one thing I've not mentioned is simulation. I'll go on to that in a second actually. So in that respect, it's definitely got to be that it kind of feels like a proper F1 track. I hope I've kind of explained that well enough. If I haven't, just leave a comment and I'll try and explain it a bit better. But I'm sure kind of everyone else seems to be raving about this game so far, so I'm sure people can hear everyone else's opinions. Just going on because I do want to mention the simulation damage. It's actually really well done how punctures and damage kind of to your car and to everyone else's car kind of seems. So again, in previous ones I've noticed that you kind of get, was it the last one where you couldn't get punctures had done the training at the start? I can't remember, but if it was the one previously, where even though it says there's tyre punches, there wasn't really, or I certainly didn't have any in my time playing it. This there is, although it does tend to happen if it's your mistake. So if you kind of tap a barrier, you will tend to get a puncture because of it. The same with the tyres coming off. If you kind of tap a barrier, it will come off if you're going to kind of quick enough. I know that's not really the best way to describe it, but it's weird because they sometimes come off really easily. But it's great. It certainly makes it feel like you get penalised for screwing up. I haven't raced without those settings on yet, but I imagine it'd just be a bump cars again. And what else is there? I think that's pretty much it. If you do have any questions, please kind of leave them in the comments below, and I'll try and answer them kind of as best I can. I will probably do a few more videos of this, just kind of do a few more online races, but I'm not quite sure when I'm going to do that just yet. But it will be soon. But as I said, yeah, if you did please like and subscribe and all that kind of usual stuff. And if there is any videos you want to see with this game, please let me know. I'll kind of be quite good to get some ideas on what to do next. And as we go around that corner, yeah, it's good. I will catch you all soon in the next video, as I'm about to pause this. And yeah, thank you for watching. See you in a bit.